It's 5 minutes past 8. Before I hand over to Paula, I'd just like to recognize our partners. We have the Moot Court Society in the house. Japit, kindly say hi. And we also have Yas in the house. Paula will say hi as she takes over and begins the session.
Hello everyone. I hope I can be heard, Natasha.
Yes, you're very audible.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be present today. And I must say that I appreciate the effort of the University of Nairobi Law Journal, the young arbiters, and of course our esteemed members of the three societies, I would say, for joining us this evening. And my brief remark will be just to ask our members to pay keen attention to the details that will be shared today because they'll go a long way to assist each of us in our various law journeys, both in oral and written advocacy. So pay keen attention because you're at a point of advantage and take full advantage. Back to you, Natasha.
Thank you, Njapit. We appreciate the initiative and the collaboration that we are having. Paula?
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's training. It's my greatest pleasure to welcome you to these special trainings that we've been having. And in this special series today, we're excited to delve into a simple yet complex subject that is introduction to legal research. I'll set us off with a quote that says that research is prying and prying until you get an answer. But how you do it really, really matters. So we are gathered here today to delve into the fascinating world of legal research. Our session is dubbed Introduction to Legal Research, a topic of immense importance for anyone involved in the legal field. For a first year or a fourth year, this is something that will count in each and every step of your unit or even in practice. So, the ability to conduct effective legal research is a critical skill, one that can significantly impact the outcomes of our work. Now, without wasting much time today, allow me to welcome our speaker for the day, Miss Grace Mugira, who is one of our librarians. So if you've been to the library, I'm sure you've met her, especially for those who are night owls and like taking their time in the library at night. So she'll be guiding us through this journey, and she brings with her a wealth of experience and knowledge, and we're eager to learn from her insights. So the topics that she'll be handling today are firstly, one, navigating online databases such as Juster and other online bases that will be critical for learning. The second thing that she'll be handling today is utilizing library resources effectively, which is both physically and digitally. I'm sure most of you have been able to interact with your ends online database. And lastly, accessing the primary legal sources, which are critical for your information base, whether you're writing or you're researching on anything. Now, Miss Grace Mugira, Karibu Sana, welcome to this space. We are eager to learn from you, Karibu.
Evening.
Um, I'm, Miss Grace, I don't know if it's from my end, but you seem to be a bit far away from the microphone. We can't hear you quite clearly. I'm not sure if that's a problem I'm facing on my end only.
Uh, can you hear me now?
Yes, but a bit far off.
How about now? Um,
Yeah, we are almost there, just a bit closer.
and now?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm using a computer in the library, so I was not sure whether everything is working. But I'm glad you can hear me now. Um, thank you so much for giving the library this opportunity to introduce our resources and to be able to guide you on how you can access these resources as you do your research. Now, as you've been told, my name is Grace Mogira, and I've worked at the Law Library for over 10 years now. So I believe well, what I'll take you through is going to be helpful to you all. And I guess what we are going to do, because I don't have much time, I was given only 1 hour, and there's a lot to learn here. So I think we will take questions at the end. So you will just allow me to go through everything. And most of the things I'll talk about, I'll not go into a lot of details unless I find it is very necessary that I go into the deeper details. So I'll move very fast because I want to cover at least most of the things that I've been asked to talk about. So if I may start by introducing the library. As you all know, the core mandate of the library in an institution is to support teaching, learning, and research by offering relevant information resources and accompanying services that enhance access to the resources in regard, uh, sorry, access to the resources. And in regard to this, we have a physical library and we also have the online library. As we move on, I'm going to also be addressing issues that have come up from, they have been reported by students, the challenges that they have had while trying to access the materials, and we've tried to address them. So I'm going to address them also here as we move on. As I come across any, in any of the points I will be putting across, I'll address it. And if you have anything else at the end, you let me know. So I'll go through what we are going to talk about today. And then before we start, I'll just mention what I've prepared. So number one, we are going to cover the physical library and the resources that are available there. Then we'll talk about how to utilize the legal resources effectively. And then I'll take you through how to navigate online databases. So those 3 points that I may not follow the order that Natasha and Paula came up with, because most of it is going to be overlapping. So I'll just use my own method and as I've prepared, and then we'll see how it comes out. So we'll start with, as you may know, we have the resources that we have especially the online databases. Most of them are subscription based. So for that matter, it's not anyone who can access. So these materials are only accessible to University of Nairobi community, either students or staff members. So we can, I'm going to show you, first of all, I will tell you how you can access those materials when you're on campus and off campus. First of all, I'll talk about the physical library, because that one you don't need the remote access. You don't need to access it online. You have to be physically in the library. So when we talk about the physical library, we are talking about the building and whatever is contained in the building. So in the Faculty of Law Library, we have the textbooks, and we also have journals. Then we have law reports. We have reference materials, that is dictionaries, encyclopedias, and other quick reference materials. Then we also have theses and dissertations, and we have other primary legal sources like the laws of Kenya, Constitution of Kenya, Kenya Gazette, and all that, and such like. So that is a physical library. And when I talk about the physical library, I would also want to say that in the library is where you find most of the locally published books. When we talk about the books, in the physical library, we will find most of the locally published books, which you will not be able to find online. So it is always advisable that you, as much as you have online materials, most of them are the locally published ones that you are required to use most of the time are not available. And I'm sure you can attest to that, because for example, if we talk about the book Criminal Law by Judge Musyoka, I believe that book is not available online, but it is available in the library. So we always encourage students to make sure they visit the library so that they can be able to interact with these locally published materials that are not available online. So now that is what we have in the library. I've talked about what is contained in the library, and as I said, I won't go into details, so I will not even show you how to get the books, because if we do that, it means we'll stay here maybe 2-3 hours. So I think I'm going now from here. After introducing the physical library, I want to talk about how to utilize the legal resources effectively, whether in the library or online. So I'll do a presentation after this. I just want to do the introduction, and then I'll present. I'll present to you a live demonstration of all these resources. So when we talk about how utilizing the legal resources effectively, what you need to do at first of all, I believe you have all gone through the legal research and writing unit. So that is work of the lecturer. They have taken you through that. So I'll just take you through how to access those materials, the materials for you to be able to carry out your research. So first of all, before you even start looking for those materials, you will need to understand the assignment or the topic that you are researching on. And then you identify the key terms. After you have identified the key terms, you will need now to do a background information check. That is now like checking on to understand those key terms better, like using a dictionary or an encyclopedia to be able to understand the term that you have on your research. So, and once you do that, you will be able to understand, and you will also be able to find other terms that mean the same thing. For example, if you are researching on the rule of law, if you try to find to do a background check on that, you will find there are other terms that mean the same as the rule of law. And when you start doing your research, when you now go to the databases and start searching, you may find when you put in the rule of law, you will find that it has brought you other articles that mean the same, but they don't necessarily have that word, the rule of law. They have a different word that means the same. So that is why it is important that you understand the term, and you also understand the different the different terms that mean the same. Then once you have done that, once you have identified your keywords and you have understood the term and found also the different different terms that mean the same, now you can start your search. And then so for books that are in the library, you are required to use the catalog, which is an online catalog. So at this point is where now I'll start presenting, so that I can present to you. I can show you how to access the catalog and to access the books, and then we move on from there. So I hope I've been enabled to present. Let me see. I'm not enabled to present. Kindly, Ola. Yeah, yes, now it's okay. So I'll share my screen. Can my screen be seen?
I can see it.
Thank you. So that is my screen. This is the University of Nairobi library website. I believe you all know how to get to the University of Nairobi website. You can either type it and search it on Google, or you can just search through the University of Nairobi website. So once you're here on the this main page, I'll take you through how to check the catalog. The catalog is open access. It is you don't require to log in anywhere to access the catalog, because the catalog is just a list of the books that are available in the library. You cannot read the books online, the books on the catalog. It's just for you to know that the kind of books we have, and then you find the location of those books on the shelves. So once you are here on the main page of the University of Nairobi library, there are many links on how you can access the different databases. So you can either use this under resources here, or you can scroll down all the way here, and then you'll see resources again here. So you can use whichever link you find that it can help you. So then at the end of this session, I'll also show you the shortcuts of how you can be able to access the materials without having to go through all the databases. But for the purpose of you knowing what databases we have, the law databases that we have on the library website, it is good that I go through all of them and I show you where they are and which ones they are, so that in case you come across an article that you are not able to find through the shortcuts and you know where to find it, you just go directly to the database. So now we'll start with the catalog, which I've just said it's open access. It is called the OPAC. That means Open Public Access Catalog. This is a public access. Anyone can access it, just to know what books the University of Nairobi Library has. So if you go to the catalog, you be able to, this is where it is. You'll be able to type in what you're looking for, and then it will give you the number. You can you already have the keyword of the research that you're doing. So once you come here, you can either use that keyword, and then it will give you a list of all the books that we have on that topic. But if it's a specific book that you're looking for, you just type in the title of the book or the author of the book. So that is the catalog. And then now after this, because now the rest of the databases, you will need to access them by logging in. They are subscription based, and we are not allowed to share with people who are outside the University of Nairobi, and that's why they have been put under lock and key, that you have to put in a password to be able to access them. So I'll show you how to access them when you're off campus. If you're in campus, like I am in campus right now, I did not need to log in anywhere. I just went straight to accessing the materials. But for those of us, when you are joining, I could see most of you, it says that you're outside the campus. So now you will need to log in to be able to access the materials if you're off campus. So what you do before you even start doing your searches, you need to log in. So you need to go to the remote access. I believe we all understand what remote access is. So I'll just go straight to where you find it. So you come here to important links, and then you'll find that there are important links here. So you look for remote access to e-resources. So this is where you come so that you can log in to be able to access the materials. So here, once you've done that, you'll get this page that gives you two options. The first one is the remote access using My Loft. This remote access using My Loft, you will need to sign up before you can be able to access. So most people have realized when you just want to use My Loft, you just go, you open it, and then you log in immediately, which is not right. You are supposed to sign up first because they have to verify whether you are a student, a member of the University of Nairobi. So for me, this one, I'm already logged in. So once you log into My Loft, this is the page you come to. But now before that, you need to sign up. It will give, when you open here, it will give you a page where you need to sign up. So you put in your details, and what you need to put is the University of Nairobi, your University of Nairobi email address. If you put on your personal email address, it is not going to work because they will not recognize it. It is not in the University of Nairobi system. So remember to put in the University of Nairobi email when where it is required. And then after you've put in your details, you sign up. Then we have the second option is the remote access using VPN. So for VPN, each one of us has an AD account. The AD account is the one that you use to access internet in campus. So those are the details that you're going to use to access the materials through the VPN. So once you have logged in through VPN, you will see here on the URL that it will show you VPN. Once you see it shows VPN here, it means you are logged in. Now you can be able to move and look for the materials. But as long as you don't see VPN up here, when you are using remote access through VPN, if you don't see it up here, it means you're not logged in, and therefore you cannot be able to access the materials. So remember that for you to access materials off campus, you have to log in. And then again for my loft, you don't you have to access it through the library website. I know you can Google it. It's also an app that you can get on the phone, but if you do it that way, you will not be able to get it because it's an app that has to be subscribed to. It has packages. So for the University of Nairobi, the package that they have picked for it is just for access, just to help us to connect to our databases while off campus. We don't have much of the other functionalities of my loft, unless now if you want to use it on your own, you can subscribe to it. But there's no need to subscribe to it because we have all the materials on the library website. I don't think there's anything that you'll get from my loft that you will not get from here. So all you need to do is just to sign up through the University of Nairobi web page. So once you've done that, now you can be able to go to the online databases. You can be able to navigate through each of the databases. And now that is where we are going to, we'll go directly now to navigating through the databases to find the journal articles. So as I said, in the physical library, we have the physical books, and then we also have the e-books. So even on the online, we'll also be able to find some e-books. So I'll also, before going to the journals, I'll take you through the e-books book databases that we have. So once you are here under resources, have chosen to use this link, you come down here where we have the OPAC, and then you'll see the ebooks. So once you are at the ebooks, if you open that, you will get a list of the databases. Now this University of Nairobi library website, it caters for all the campuses, all the courses. So you will find all these databases. Some are not, they don't have law materials, and they have other different things. So I think one of the things that I was supposed to take you through is to identify which ones are the law databases among this list here. It's an alphabetical list. So I'm going to, I'll take you through, I'll just mention. I'm not going to open any of them because as I said, if I open, we are going to sleep here. So I'll just mention, you can note them down, and then you try and use them later. So we have eKitabu. eKitabu it's a local platform that has picked a few books. There are not so many law books, but you will still find some books that you can read. This is you can also be able to read each database explains itself. It says what it contains, and then it also says whether it's subscription based or open access. So we have the eKitabu. eKitabu has once you go there, you'll be required to log in. But the details for logging in are on their website. So it is not difficult. You just open it and then it will give you, it will just show you how to go about logging in. It's just by using your email address. And whenever you're using the library website, whenever you ask for a password, you just know that you need to use the University of Nairobi email address because that is the only one that is recognized by the system. So we have eKitabu, and then we have ProQuest. ProQuest is also another database that contains a lot of ebooks, law ebooks. So you can be able to read the books online. So for eKitabu and ProQuest, you can read them online. For ProQuest, you can even download the books. Some of them are PDFs you can download, and then others are not PDF, they are on Adobe something. So you can only read them online. You cannot be able to download them. And then some of them they'll give you, it's like a library where they give you a period of time that you can use the books. And then after that, you cannot be able to access the book. So they will always ask you to be using your own maybe laptop, because once you get the book on that laptop, you cannot transfer it anywhere else, but you can always reborrow the book again. And then also in ProQuest, there are other functionalities that are available here. So I think what I can say, Natasha, is that maybe because I'm not opening and we don't have time for that. If anyone feels that they need to, maybe they have tried to access and they are not able to, they can always reach out. I'll share my email address, or Natasha can do that. You have it. And then they can always reach out to me or come to the library and get help. So like for ProQuest, I think there's so much more than just finding the book. There's so much more you can do on ProQuest books. So just feel free to explore, and if there's a problem, you can always come. And then for Splinger ebooks, these are just book chapters. You may be able to find a chapter of a book that you're looking for, or you can find the full text. As you can see here, it says it's both open access and subscription based. For Taylor and Francis books, most of them are subscription based, so you might get frustrated when you try to use it. So what I am sure about is eKitabu and ProQuest. That one is, at least I know you'll be able to find very useful books there. And then now once you find the book that you are looking for, let's say you came to the library and you sat down with your laptop, you are doing your research, you are reading books, you have picked a book from the shelves and you are reading it, and you found that it was important, and then you cited it. Okay, you used it in your research. So what you need to do when you're doing your research is that remember to put down the citation of that book, because I have come across people who they will come read the book, use the chapters or some parts of the book on their research, and then they don't note the bibliographic details of the book. So they just put the book back, and then when they come back, they don't remember which book it was, and it's a requirement that you are supposed to reference your work. So now we started saying that I used this book, but I can't remember which one it was. Now it becomes difficult for us even to know how we can help. So whenever you're doing your research, make sure you pick the bibliographic details of the book for the citation purposes. That is the author of the book, the title, the place of publication, the publisher, the year of publication, and it is also very important that you pick the page numbers of that book, or if it's a journal article. So don't forget that, because it will save you time, so you don't have to keep on coming back to check where you left that book and which book it was. So that is it about the ebooks. And then so for the articles, now this is where we are going to use the e-journals. So I'll take you through the databases for e-journals. We have, when we go through here under resources again, you come here, then we have the e-journals. So for the e-journals, I'll take you through the databases, the law databases for the electronic journals. So, as I said, I'll just mention these African court cases. This one may not be something that you probably wanted, but it's a professor who was doing some research about the 1960s. So these are cases about of the 1960s. You can always look, check and see what kind of cases they were. And then we have the EBSCO host. I'm pointing out the very important law databases that we have on this platform. So we have the EBSCO host. Then we have, this is it's an alphabetical list. So then we have Hen Online. This is very important. I believe it is the best law databases that there is. So this is very important. When you are, I believe those who have already done research work, they have come across this Hen Online. Sometimes if you're not logged into the University of Nairobi website, library, if you're not logged in or if you're not using the database, the UN Wi-Fi, you will not be able to access. So, sorry, I got distracted. So we have the Hen Online. It's one of the best. It's the best actually database. So once you are not, if you're not logged in, you'll not be able to find the full text material articles that are on the Hen Online database. Then we have JSTOR. JSTOR covers across the board. There are different subject. It covers different subject areas. Hen Online, by the way, I forgot to say, is a law. It's an online law library, so it only covers law materials. So, and that's why I said it's the best, because it has up-to-date materials, and it also has the archives very much backdated. Now, the EBSCO host covers across the board. Then we have the Kenya Law Reports. Then we have LexisNexis. This one I will leave it for now. And this one I think I will want to open it and show you a few things. Then we have ProQuest journals, just like the ProQuest books. We have the ProQuest journals. Then we have Taylor and Francis. Sometimes you'll check if you're using Google, you'll see an article is on Taylor and Francis, so you'll be able to access it if you can log in to the University of Nairobi library. Then, so I come back to LexisNexis. I believe you have all interacted with LexisNexis, and if you have not, then you are missing out a lot. You are really missing out, because the LexisNexis is, I can read for you, access the UK's most authoritative and comprehensive collection of annotated legislation, cases, forms, precedents, and commentary from Butterworth and Tory. So that is LexisNexis. And as you know, this is what you need, or you associate with the UK law materials. So I will open it. So don't try accessing LexisNexis or Hen Online from Google. If you do that, it will ask you to sign in, to log in, and then you will not be able to access anything. So everything I'm talking about, you have to access it through the University of Nairobi library website, because the library are subscribed to all these databases. So once you open and then you accept, you're supposed to accept, and then it brings you to this page. So here, I'm sure those who used this LexisNexis like last year, it looked different, but they moved to a different platform. Now it looks like this, but all the resources that were there are the same. It's only that sometimes you have to really look for them. So like if you're searching for cases, all the UK cases are here, all the UK law reports are here. So you can just type in your case here, and then you come here and choose if it's cases that you're looking for. You just put your cases, and then it will give you that case. the one you're looking for. If you're looking for forms and precedents, once you type here, you then pick it here, and then it will give you. So when you're looking for cases, you need to know that LexisNexis will give you the exact thing that you have typed. Sometimes you'll find that you have maybe the lecturer was talking and you didn't hear what he said. So you picked on something like, maybe I had this. So that's what you write down so that you can come and look for the case later. So if you put the wrong spellings, it's not going to autocorrect you. It will just tell you that it cannot find. So what I advise that you do, because Google can it prompts you to what it thinks you are looking for. You just first go to Google if you're not sure of the case, or if you look for it on Lexis and it's not giving you anything and you are sure it's a case that was reported in All England law reports, you just go to Google and type that those names there. Then Google will give you, and it will give you all the details apart from now giving you the details of the case itself. So you'll come back here to LexisNexis to be able to access the case. Then in LexisNexis, we also have the Hasbury's Laws of England. This is the law encyclopedia, which is exclusively found in there here on the LexisNexis. You will not be able to find it anywhere else. So that is why I was saying, if you don't know about LexisNexis, you are really missing out, because it has everything that you need. It has the Hasbury's Laws of England. I've seen most of the course outlines you have been referred to Hasbury's, so that you can be able to search the legal terms there. And it is always updated. Whenever a new legal term comes up, they update. So you can be sure that whatever you want you to understand in law, you will find it in Hasbury's Laws of England. So then there are other things you can also check on your own and see what else you can be able to explore there. So for the cases, once you find the case that you're looking for, you are able to download it on PDF. So when you go to download, it will ask you whether you want to do a PDF or a Word format. So you can always choose the PDF. You have put the Word format as the default. So you need to always change when you are downloading, so that you can download the PDF. So that is the LexisNexis. Anything I've not touched on, you will explore and find it here. So for the cases that you may not find here, let's say you find what is it? Well, you don't find the full case. You just find a summary. Sometimes you find the summary of the case here, because maybe those very old ones, they have not uploaded all of them here. So if you find something like that, as you know, in the library, when I talked about whatever is contained in the library, I said that we have the law reports. So you have all those law reports dating back to a very long time ago. So you can always come to the library physically, and you will get help to be able to access that case that you're looking for. So as long as you know how to check the reference, and in most cases, even if you don't have any other details, you can just have the names and the year it was done. That way it's easier to find, because the law reports are done coded by the years. So if it's a case that was done in 1990, and you have that 1990 and you have the person, the people's concerned, it will be easy to go to that particular 1990 law report, and through the table of contents, you'll be able to find it. So that is LexisNexis. Then we have, so I think I'm done with the journals. So we go now to the digital repository. So this one is also very important for you for doing research, and especially if you're doing research and you want to know what has been done before by the University of Nairobi. So the digital repository contains all materials, all research works done by the University of Nairobi staff and students. So once you are here, you will be able to find, most of them are full text. We have been trying to put them everything full text. It has been a lot of work because, like, long time ago we didn't have the people having PDFs of their work. It was a print. So we have to scan all that and upload them here. So this is the contents of the law of the digital repository. All the research works done by University of Nairobi staff and students are here. So depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking for a research paper, you can go to research paper and then you type. Or you can either search by subject. Already you know the keywords and all that. You can use the keywords to search. Or if you know you want a particular author's research works, you just type the author's name and then all the works that he has done will be there. If you're looking for thesis and dissertations, you just come to thesis and dissertations, and you can also do topic search so that you know whether the topic you want to do has been done before and how it has been done, and then you can decide on what you want. Most of them are full text, and in case you find one that is not full text, we have most of these are in the library. We have the physical copies in the library. So you can always copy down what you are not able to find. And then you come with it to the library and the physical library, and then we'll be able to assist you to get what you are looking for. Then there are others that we may not be able to assist you because they are just titles. The researchers just who are the lecturers just gave us the titles. They didn't give us the full article to upload. So they just wanted people to know that they have written such and such a paper. But it's always, if you really feel you need it, you can always reach out to that person to see if they can assist that with the paper. So once you find what you're looking for, if let's say for example you're looking for this, you just open it, and then here it will give you whether it's full text or it's just an abstract. So if it's full text, you can just open it here and read. If it's abstract, that's the one I said, you just copy the title and come with it to the library, and then you'll be able to see whether it can be available. Then we have so that is digital repository, and then the access to primary legal sources. That one, I believe, I've been thinking you all know how to access these, but uh, what I could do, you can access most of it. It's on the Kenya law database. So you can access it from the library under open access. Yeah, it's you can either access it under open access or under e-journals. Yeah, we saw it on e-journals. It is on this list, the Kenya law. No, that is a Kenya law reports. So we have the Kenya law itself, the database that has everything else. So you can access it through here under open access. Then we have a list of databases, an alphabetical list of databases on open access that are open access. So if you come down, you look for Kenya law. Then here you can be able to navigate now. You can look for now. You go to the laws of Kenya if you want to get the acts. And I've seen that of late, it's like it's not really working. The acts, if you go to the laws of Kenya databases, this is where the acts are. And it's like it has not been working. Of late, I don't know what the problem is. So but still you can check the acts. You can still just Google a particular act, and then you get it from Google, or you can come to the library. We have the physical, we have the print acts. You can always come and get it. And we also have you can also get the Constitution of Kenya here. Then we have this 24th annual supplement. This one I remember they came to introduce it to the school the other day. So I hope you all went there. I went in late, so I didn't hear exactly what they said. But I believe you, as fellow students, you are able to get something out of that. Then we have the recent registration. We have all this. We have the bills here. For the bills, you can be able to see the pending bills. You can see what has been done. Now you get through here. You'll be able to see when the readings and all that. Then you can. Then there is also the county registrative, all those, the laws on devolution. So these are the things we'll be able to, those are primary legal sources. You will be able to get them on this database. You can do a case search. You can it will allow you to search even by the judge. If you don't know those are the details, you just check the judge who did who was on that case. Once you get the judge, they'll give you a list of all the cases that he has worked on. Then we also have the Kenya Gazette here. You'll be able to find the current one. You also even go to the archives. So it gives you actually this one. I like the way they have done it, because you'll be able to get even the very old ones there. They're still, I think they're still trying to work on it, but they have done most of it. So that Kenya law is the database now that will give you those primary legal sources. Then I'll take you through the open access. The open access. So we have the open access here, and it's here, the one that we opened here. So it's also an alphabetical database. So you'll get databases like mentioning the ones that have law materials. You have the disability, the global disability rights. Now the open access means that anyone can access. They are not subscription based, so you can even access them from out there. And that's what we're encouraging. We're encouraging people to put their works on open access so that they can reach more people. Then we also have the Kenya Devolution Hub. We have Kenya Law. We have the Kenya Open Data. You're able to find all the data that you need from the government. Then we have the South African. We have the South African Legal Information Institute, and then we also have the World Legal Information Institute. All these are open access. You can access them without having to log in. But of course, we always believe that anything subscription is the best. So which is okay. So now we have done the open access. Then there are other open access that are not here on our databases, which I wanted to mention, like the African Court of Human and People's Rights. That one is open access. If you want cases about Africa, the coups in Africa, all those things, you'll be able to find them there. And it's you just Google it. That one you can just Google it. African Court of Human and People's Rights. You'll find it on Google, and it will give you those cases. There's also the East African Court of Justice. That one I guess is also open access. So those ones you can just Google them. They have not been put on the library website. So now I also want to show you, before I show you the shortcuts, I want to talk about the University of Nairobi journals. Because I think the University of Nairobi Law Journal falls under this category. So I'll talk a little bit about it, and I also show you something about it, and then we can move to the next. I can see I'm running out of time, but please, I'm almost through. So when you come here under resources, we have down here we have the University of Nairobi journals. So the University of Nairobi journals is the journals that have they have articles from all the all the uh, all the faculties, whichever all the faculties that have decided to have journals, that they are here, and on 4th and 5th of April, there's a training about this. And that is where I told Natasha she needs to talk to share the link of this training so that you can all be able to join this training, because we are going to teach a lot about the open access journals and how to publish on these UN journals. So you can get that link from her, and then you join the start training. And then if you open there, you will find that even our journal is here. I was surprised. I saw this today. So you just go through, look for University of Nairobi Law Journal, which is it's here. So your journal, guys, it's here. So when you open it, you will find. Let's just go to the archives. And then you find this is the journal, and I've not seen you guys donating one to the library. I've not seen this journal in the library. I don't know why you have not donated. So once you open, you will be able to see your articles here. Natasha, you can see your article is here and it's full text. So you guys, you need to join that training so that you'll be able to know how to publish in these journals, have open access, and all those other questions that you have about publishing. So that is where we have the University of Nairobi Law Journal. So the last one I wanted to show you are the shortcuts to doing your searches when you're looking for search, especially when you're using the University of Nairobi website, because that is where we have our databases, and you need to get linked to those databases through the University of Nairobi website. Because if you go on your own, you'll not be able to access the full text of those journals, articles, or even the books. So the first one is this one here. It is called EBSCO Discovery. When you just open the library web page, you go to the home page, it will give you this search box here. It's for the EBSCO Discovery. This EBSCO Discovery searches all our databases. So it whatever you put, whatever your search term that you put there, it will search everywhere, all the databases that you have subscribed to, and then it will give you the results there. So you don't need to go to each database on its own. You just get all the results in one place. You will also be able to get some books. It also has some books that you can be able to read online that are not even in our databases, but it's like they're open access. So, and there are some good books, so you can be able to also read them from there. So that is the EBSCO Discovery, searching the University of Nairobi databases. Then we have Google Scholar. I believe most of you have used Google Scholar. So now the importance of using Google Scholar here, you need to access the Google Scholar through the University of Nairobi website, the library website. If you access it through the normal way, like if you Google it, it will give you all the results that you need, but you'll not be able to access the materials, especially the full text materials. So it's always good to access it through the library website, because it will link you to our subscribed to databases. So this is where you'll find it. When you come to resources here, you come down to open access. It's under open access because it searches even materials that are not in our databases, ones that are open access. And this Google Scholar it is they have filtered the materials to be scholarly works only. So it's not like the normal Google where you find so many things that you don't know where they came from, you don't know who posted, how authentic they are. So the Google Scholar, at least you can be sure uh, the materials you find here are things that you can use for your research. So, for example, if you're searching, you're doing research on, let's open Google Scholar through the University of Nairobi website. Let's say you're doing a research on legal research and writing, and then you search. You can see it is giving you links here to the databases that you have subscribed to. If you try, let's say you're off campus, any of you off campus, you can try searching the same thing. You will see like this, the one that is JSTOR, you will not be able to find this link because you have not gone through subscription. Then we also have these ones that are on Hen Online. Hen Online is also our database. All these are Hen Online materials through Google Scholar. So you don't have to go back to Hen Online or JSTOR on the databases. Once you use Google Scholar, it's a shortcut. It will search for you and give you the link just there. So you just open from here. So once you open from here, it is full text. You'll be able to get full text. And remember, you have to log in to be logged in to be able to get all these links here. Because sometimes people just Google search for it, Google Scholar on Google, and then you try to access the materials and they are not accessible, and then you wonder why did the library tell us we can use Google Scholar and yet the materials are not there. You need to log in, and then you will also find with Google Scholar it will also give you other open access materials like this one. Is an open access, so it searches everywhere what we have subscribed to and what we have not, the open access materials that are scholarly works. Yeah, on Dentech you can use them for your research. So we always advise that you go through Google Scholar, and then sometimes you find that it's giving you very old materials and maybe you probably want recent ones. So you can custom range of you want from which year to which year, and then there is also would be here. So that is those are the shortcuts that you use to be able uh, to search. Now, the reason why I went through showing you the databases themselves instead of showing you the shortcuts only is so that you can be able to know. If you go through the shortcut and you see Hen Online, sometimes you may find it's here, but somehow you are not able to open. So if you are not able to, now you know, at least you know that article is in Hen Online. So you can go open Hen Online and then search for the article from there. But in most cases, they will not. They will. You will be able to access it from there. Sorry about that. So I think that is it. I am sorry I've taken a bit more time, but I hope I've done the best. I've done the best I could with the limited time. So as I said, we can always you can always either send me an email if there's any clarification that you need, or you can come to the library. Whoever you find here during the day, evening, they will be able to assist you. So thank you so much. I'm really honored to have been your guest today, and I encourage you to keep on researching, keep on writing, keep on publishing. This is how you you end up being some of the top lawyers and professors in this country and in internationally. So I wish you well, and in case you need anything else, any other training, we can always catch up. Thank you so much, Natasha and Paula and the rest of you for finding time to be to attend this training. Thank you, and bye. If there are any questions, I can take them.
Right. Thank you so much, Miss Grace. I think this has been a very, very insightful session for us as students. And I think this has been an eye opener, especially for people who've been struggling with LexisNexis and Hein Online. And this will go a long, long way in helping us in our research papers and everything else that we do. At this point, I'm sure there'll be a few people who might have some questions. We can take them together and then you can respond to them cumulatively. So allow me to welcome anyone who has a question. If you have a question, please do raise your hand so that we give you the opportunity to present your question to Miss Grace Mugia. All right. Seeing that there are no questions at the moment, in case you try the practicalities and hit a hurdle, it's never too late to reach out to us through our WhatsApp group, the UNLJ WhatsApp group, or alternatively, you can reach out to Natasha personally or either one of us or email us, and we can always forward your questions to Miss Grace. And with that, allow us to close this session. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening ahead.